You guys, Bitcoin has been absolutely surging this year, and honestly, it's probably going to continue with the recent re-election of Donald Trump as president. And let's face it, I mean, the markets are already responding, and Bitcoin continues to hit new highs. So how do you buy Bitcoin? Is it safe? Are there safer routes than others? And it's pretty much yes to all three of those, but let me explain. So I'm going to spare you the history lesson on Bitcoin. There's a lot of other videos out there that you can go watch if you want to learn more, but I'm going to assume that you know a little bit about it. I'm going to assume that you basically know that it's a digital currency, and that a lot of people have basically said that it equates to the new gold or a digital gold. And that's because there is a finite amount of coins that can be created, and it's getting harder and harder to find or mine additional coins. Pretty much just like the scarcity of real gold. So while more money, dollars, euros, etc. can always be printed, theoretically, eventually Bitcoin and gold will both be mined to complete depletion since more cannot be made. There's a limited number of Bitcoins that can ever be mined, and there's a limited number of gold reserves in the world that can ever be mined because gold cannot be created. Who knows? Someday they might be able to invent a way that can create gold like they did with diamonds, but for now, there is a limited amount of the resource on this planet, and theoretically it could be mined to depletion. So in other videos, I've shown you guys how to buy and invest in gold on platforms like Robinhood, but now let me show you how to safely buy Bitcoin in case you've never bought it before and you're thinking about getting in. But remember, Bitcoin is especially volatile compared to traditional securities, so be sure to keep that in mind before you place any money because you can see some really big swings. So over the last 10 years, I've bought and sold Bitcoin numerous times, as well as other cryptocurrencies, and I've definitely made some money. I tend to make money, take that, and then put it into tangible assets like real estate. But anyway, I basically used two different platforms to buy coins and trade coins in the past, and I found that those two are the most secure and widely used. So let me walk you through them right now. So the first is Coinbase, and when you try and get onto the website, you're gonna have to verify that you're a human. But upon landing on the homepage, it'll ask you for your login. And the one thing about Coinbase, which can be kind of frustrating for some users, is it has a ton of layers of security compared to other apps out there. But honestly, in my opinion, it's better to be safe than sorry, especially with crypto. There's tons of scams out there and tons of people trying to take advantage of the crazy profits that people have. So I actually like the added layers of security on this, but just keep that in mind. So when you log into Coinbase, if it's your first ever time logging into this software platform, they're gonna make you create an account. You're gonna have to link a bank account, and you're going to have to fill in all of your personal information. Again, this is one of the most trusted, if not the most trusted, cryptocurrency trading platform in the entire world. They've been around for over a decade, and it is very trustworthy, so don't feel alarmed when they're asking for all this information. Again, it is a very secure website. There's layers of security that they build into the site, and that's why they ask for so much. But you're gonna wanna link your bank account, you're gonna wanna link all of your personal data so that you can actually start turning dollars into coins, whether it's Bitcoin or other currency. You basically need to be able to transfer money from your bank, hold it in Coinbase, and then be able to buy coins from there. So anyway, let's look at the dashboard. So after you make your account and you log in to Coinbase, you can see I don't have much in here right now. I used to have a lot more. Again, I've moved a lot over to real estate recently with a lot of different purchases. You can see all of those on my YouTube channel. If you're ever curious about investing in real estate. But anyway, with Coinbase, it's pretty cool because it's very simple. On the left, you have all of these different tabs and areas that you can kind of get into the weeds on your portfolio and your profile and all of your different settings. But for the basics of today, let's just look at this. So right here is Bitcoin. And if you don't have this on your screen, the easiest way to get to it is just to search. And usually it's the first one that pops up because it is the most traded cryptocurrency in the entire world. So it should be, in most cases, the first one that pops up. Ethereum is also really popular. Don't worry about any of the other ones that pop up. Again, there's a lot of different altcoins and various coins you can invest in as you learn more about it. But if you're just starting out, just wanting to buy Bitcoin for the first time, then you're gonna wanna start on basically the Bitcoin landing page, which is right here. So you can see the performance hourly, daily, weekly, monthly, 1 year, and the all-time performance, which is just crazy when you look at this, because if you had invested back when it started, even just $100, you would be worth so much money today. But you can also see just how volatile it is. Over the years, it's had some very high peaks and some very low lows. And even just over the last year, it has moved quite a bit, going up 117%. And again, this isn't even the highest high. It's actually come down a little bit from its highest high, which was, looks like the 16th, and it was $108,000. So this page will also show you kind of about Bitcoin. So again, if you're new to Bitcoin, you can read a lot more about it. I would actually recommend just going on YouTube and looking at videos. There's a lot of really cool history lessons about the coin and how it got started. And then they have analysis down here, which, I mean, take it with a grain of salt. I mean, honestly, you should be doing your own homework rather than relying on these apps to tell you how to invest, but you can read kind of what each side says. And then down here is like the market cap. So again, this is the circulating supply. Which is definitely good to pay attention to, especially as you're getting into the altcoins or the smaller coins out there. going to show you the trading volume in the last 24 hours. And that's the thing about cryptocurrencies. It's always active. It's always trading. It doesn't have set market hours like the New York Stock Exchange, for example. So with this, you could be asleep, but there could be some pretty big swings. So you just got to really be paying attention. You can set alerts on your phone. You can set alerts on the desktop version. That's another great thing about Coinbase. And then again, down here, it'll show you kind of, the all-time high performance over the past year, but there's a lot more metrics that you can get into. And like I mentioned, it is number one out of all coins out there. So again, if you're starting in cryptocurrency for the first time, Bitcoin is definitely the safest of the options to jump into. Even though it's very volatile, it is relatively stable compared to some of the altcoins out there or some of the baby coins that are worth like, less than $1. Okay, so if you're gonna buy this, here's how this works, right? You type in here the amount in USD that you wanna buy. So if you're buying $1,000 worth of Bitcoin, which today would almost be just 1% of a Bitcoin, 1/100th of a Bitcoin, which is just crazy because like 10 years ago, you could buy one Bitcoin for about $1,000. So it has really grown in value over the last 10 years. And so it's gonna show you can either pay with your wallet. And so this is money that's already been transferred into Coinbase from an outside source like a bank account, or it's money that has been cashed out from other coins. In this particular instance on mine, it is proceeds that I got from a sale of another coin. So I haven't put any money in here in a while. But you can either pay with this, or if you have other crypto, you can usually buy it with other crypto by making a trade. So you come down here to review order, and if everything looks good, again, it's coming out of your USD wallet. So that's just cash being held in Coinbase. Essentially, you'd click buy now. But I do want to call out, there is an $18.40 fee for making this trade. So let's go ahead and press it. And the order has been submitted. Okay, so now we own $1,000 of Bitcoin on Coinbase. Now again, it may look a little bit different on your end if you're just starting out, if you're just linking to Coinbase for the first time. You're probably gonna have to initiate a transfer into Coinbase, which can take anywhere from 1 to 3 days. So in that case, you may have to come back unless it allows instant transfer through. Certain banks will allow an instant transfer if you link your bank. It really just depends. But look, we just got a trade successful confirmation. And now again, we own $1,000 of Bitcoin. So we'll see how that does over the coming weeks. But again, this is just one of the trading platforms you can use. In my opinion, for Coinbase, there are pros and cons. The pros is that it's been around for a really long time, okay? Comparative to other trading platforms. I mean, Coinbase is the OG when it comes to trading platforms in the cryptocurrency space. It's very secure. It's almost too secure. Like I showed you guys, there's a lot of steps to log in. There's a large amount of altcoins and other coins you can choose from on Coinbase compared to other trading apps, especially like Robinhood and more traditional trading apps. You're gonna have a lot more options on Coinbase than you will on those apps. And the nice thing about that is if you catch wind of one doing really well, especially if it's an altcoin or a coin that just started out, you can get in early compared to other apps. But again, you gotta be really careful because you can also lose a lot of money. So Coinbase gives you both the advantage and the disadvantage of getting into those early coins. Now for cons, it's definitely more expensive than others out there. As you just saw with that recent trade, I got charged almost $20 for placing $1,000 into Bitcoin. And the platform can be really confusing for a lot of people. There's a lot going on. Over the last couple of years, they have simplified it down quite a bit. And there's a pro version of this platform that can get you really in the weeds. But for a lot of people who are just logging in for the first time, it might be a little bit daunting or a little bit cumbersome kind of playing around with it and navigating, especially on their first go at it. So there's a ton of tutorials out there that you can watch on Coinbase to really get in the weeds and learn more. I highly recommend you do that if you are unfamiliar with it because there's a lot of powerful settings and information and different things you can play with on the platform that I'm not gonna get into on this video, but just know that if you really wanna get into trading coins, you should go do some homework before you really dive in. Now, one thing I do want to mention about Coinbase you really need to be careful with is that they have a way to fund your account through a credit card. Look, this can be extremely risky, especially if the market takes a swing for the worse. You could literally be racking up credit card debt to only lose money in the markets. So I would really, really, really caution against that. There have been too many cautionary tales out there. I mean, yes, if Bitcoin's going crazy and you want to throw a lot of money in, you can also make a lot of money. But again, you can lose a lot of money and then you don't have any money to pay off that credit card debt. So it can put you in a really gnarly trap. So for first-time investors or investors that are just starting out and don't really know how to use the platform yet or don't know how to track coin cycles, I would stay away from using your credit card or even linking your credit card to Coinbase to begin with. Okay, so next platform is gonna be Robinhood. And look, there's a lot of people that really love Robinhood. There's a lot of people that hate Robinhood. For me, I've really enjoyed it. I use it for a lot of trading and I actually have my retirement portfolio in there as well. Now, I've made a ton of videos about Robinhood, how you kind of protect yourself with stop losses and the different ETFs I'm invested in and various index funds. But for today, I wanna show you guys how you can actually trade crypto on the Robinhood platform. So same thing, if you're new to Robinhood, you're gonna have to log in, sign up, and link your bank accounts. And if you are new to Robinhood, use my link to sign up. You're gonna get some free stock when you initially sign up at no cost to you. It's literally free for when you sign up. So go check that out. I'll also get some stocks that'll literally benefit both of us for free. But anyway, this platform has also been around for over 10 years. So as you can see, this is my dashboard when I first log in. And again, I've taken a lot of money out of here recently to put it into real estate, which again, you guys can go watch those videos. I have a lot in the works right now. So there's not a ton in here compared to what it used to be, but I do have some holdings that I'm currently in. And then we're gonna go over to crypto, which is up here on the top. Again, I don't have a lot of crypto in here because I've cashed out, but I have $6. So got a lot, yeah. Anyway, the thing that I love about Robinhood is it's a very simple platform, very easy to use. You can go into Robinhood Legend, which I have, and this is one of their newer platform experiences. It is for more professional traders. I mean, it'll really get into the weeds with a lot of data and a lot of charts. And this is something that you really don't need to worry about if you're just trying to trade Bitcoin. But I did want to show you because it's pretty cool. But anyway, back to the normal Robinhood. So what you do is you'd come up here and you would search for Bitcoin. So you come to Bitcoin, and just like Coinbase, they're gonna show you the chart, they're gonna show you performance. Robinhood only goes back 5 years on cryptocurrency. Coinbase will show you the entire history. So that is one difference between the two. But with Robinhood, it's really simple and it's kind of cool. You can either trade with money that you have in the platform, or you can trade by linking your bank account, and then it'll pull money from the bank account to make the trade. And so you can buy in USD, or if you already hold Bitcoin, you can buy other coins on Robinhood by buying through Bitcoin, which this will make sense if you're buying other coins. So if you're buying Ethereum and you have Bitcoin in Robinhood, you can use Bitcoin to buy the Ethereum. You don't have to use US dollar. So let's say you want to buy $1,000 on here, you fill it out, and you're buying in USD. Now, again, Robinhood doesn't charge any fees necessarily, but they do take a small spread. So what they're doing is they're basically, if you click on it, it's basically the difference between the ask and the actual purchase price, and then taking that spread. So it varies depending on the trade, but again, compared to Coinbase, they're only taking $6, whereas Coinbase was taking almost 20. So pretty big difference there. But again, this would show you kind of how much you're buying, and again, it's changing every second, every minute. So it's going to adjust before you click the review order and actually purchase it. Now, once you place the order, it's going to be in your account. I just bought $1,000 on Coinbase, so I'm not going to buy it here. But basically what you would do is you would literally just click review order and it would go through. Now, same with Coinbase, Robinhood, you can scroll down, you can get, you know, history and about on Bitcoin. You can go down to news on Bitcoin, which is changing frequently because it's so volatile. You can look at the history, but again, it's not going to be as comprehensive as Coinbase. Coinbase is truly a crypto trading platform, whereas Robinhood is more for the traditional equity markets. So if you're looking to buy stocks, index funds, ETFs, etc., then Robinhood's going to be the best bet. But if you do want to do some basic crypto trading, you can do it on Robinhood. They don't carry as many coins as Coinbase does. You can see they are limited to, I actually don't know exactly how many they have, but you can see it's a pretty small list compared to Coinbase. They have a lot more now than they used to, but it's still not as comprehensive as Coinbase. So if you're really looking to get into the altcoin trading, then Coinbase is gonna be your best bet. But Robinhood will be a good bet if you're just looking for Bitcoin and some of the bigger, more popular coins out there. Robinhood will be a great option for you to save on some of those fees. And the beauty of Robinhood is it allows you to also invest in stocks, like I mentioned, so you can have both cryptocurrency and stocks and kind of have a mixed portfolio all in one place, rather than having, you know, Coinbase over here and another trading platform for your stocks elsewhere. So it's nice having it all under one roof. And what's nice is you can sell stocks and then move the money over into crypto pretty quickly on Robinhood, whereas you can't do that with Coinbase. You'd have to sell theoretically Bitcoin, transfer the money back to your bank account, and then from your bank account, transfer that to whichever trading platform you're using to buy a certain stock. So with Robinhood, it's really nice having it all under one roof. And there's very limited exposure to new coins. So when new coins pop up, especially those meme coins that really take off and make people a lot of money all of a sudden, which I'm not saying to get into those, you know, be very careful about those. I'm just saying that with Coinbase, you have a lot more exposure to those, whereas Robinhood kind of waits to see how the coin does and see how stable it is, or if it's really popular, and then they bring it onto the platform. And remember, there's a ton of trading platforms out there, especially in the cryptocurrency space. But if you're brand new and you're just starting out and you're really just looking for somewhere safe to be able to trade Bitcoin, especially, and just put your money in and be able to track it both on your phone and on the desktop, both of these apps have desktop versions and mobile versions, so you can stay on top of how your portfolio is doing in real time, and you can set alerts for, you know, when you're sleeping, or maybe you're at work or you're tied up. So it's really great being able to monitor everything constantly and make money moves when you need to. And again, these apps have both been around for a very long time. They are very secure, they've been around for a while, they're pretty easy to use overall, and relatively low fees, more so on the Robinhood side, you know, which can be nice for people just getting into it, especially if you're only putting like $100 in. But anyway, guys, that's it for today's video. I hope it's been really helpful. Please consider subscribing if you're not already. Again, I have a ton of videos about trading and the best index funds and ETFs to buy, I would highly recommend going and watching my latest Vanguard video. A lot of people have really enjoyed that, and it's gonna be the best long-term holds. So I'm gonna link that right here. But anyway, that's it for today's video. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.